Welcome, all my home shoppers out there. My name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty, and today we are in the city of Leander, Texas, in a community called Hawks Landing, and the builder we're looking at is Brightland Homes. Now, this two-story floor plan is their most popular two-story, and the one we're currently looking at here has already been sold, but this community is still building a few more of this exact same floor plan, but there are very few left. There's only 65 opportunities left before this community is completely sold out and everything will be sold. So let's check out this floor plan. This one's called the Dartmouth floor plan. It has the primary and the guest bedroom on the first floor, which I know is a big check in the box for my buyers. If you don't want that second bedroom on the first floor, you can definitely change it to a study if you want to, if you're looking for a to-be built. But here, one thing I really like about this floor plan, it has that formal dining at the almost very front entrance of the home. So once you get past the foyer, you have the dining room right here to your left. And here we're going to circle back to the very front of the house where they have the bedroom setup. This can be an additional study. A few options here. It could be a study, it could be a second living room, or it can be what we're saying, a bedroom. Now, this house is huge. It's 3,390 square feet. So almost every bedroom has a walk-in closet. It's 5 beds and 4 baths. That's 2 bedrooms on the first floor and the rest of them are on the second floor. 3-car garage. I know that's another huge, big selling point. So plenty of storage here, and it's starting from $630,000. So this neighborhood is definitely not the most affordable, but the high 500s is probably like on the low end of what we're going to be seeing. But towards the end of this video, I'm going to show you some of the incentives these builders are offering, so you can kind of see your options here. Now, here is the grand room, the grand great room, as they call it. You have a full kitchen here. And it does have a nice little, this is a nice walk-in pantry. This is, I believe, a gas community. So you're going to see your five top stove burner. There we are. And here we're going to be entering the casual dining. So just imagine having a quick breakfast on the go. I love how they have all the windows there. And notice that these windows you can open from the inside. I know with other builders, when they have like those wall of windows, you can't open them from, especially in the living room and the dining room. But with this builder, you can do so. Now, I know for my 2-story floor plans, buyers like to be able to see down from below from the second floor. So you'll definitely check that box here with this floor plan. So now we're in the owner's suite, the master bedroom. Again, see those wall of windows, so much natural light. You can open them from the inside. And I love how they designed this master bedroom because you can actually do a 360, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. This is probably one of the nicest layouts as far as a master bathroom. I love how they put the garden tub, huge deep tub in the middle. You have that almost window seating by the windows there, and it's just really well thought. A huge oversized walk-in shower. I love how they did the additional seating there. And I like how they have like the separation between the his and her sinks. Anytime you can separate his and her sinks or his and her walk-in closets, especially for a floor plan of this size, that's a big thumbs up for me. There's only one walk-in closet, but you let me know. Is this enough for 2 people? I think it is. It's a huge walk-in closet. There's like almost 3 layers of coat racks, so you can hang plenty of stuff. And it has this nice built-in full body mirror. Now, notice in the master bath, there is so much cabinet space. So if you need a lot of storage in the bathroom, you're going to definitely get that with this floor plan. So what do we think? I like how they incorporated the body mirror, and you have a huge walk-in closet. This is almost the size of a bedroom. You're almost going to need one of those long hooks that you find at the mall or at any clothing store to hang up stuff from that very top rack. Here's the utility room where the washer and dryer would be. Here's that little right adjacent to that is the mud room, and then here we're going to walk into the 3-car garage. Again, for the floor plan, I can see why it's the most popular. 3-car garage, 5 bedrooms, having the primary and the additional second bedroom on the first floor, which is perfect for if you're going to have guests stay over and you want them to stay on the first floor, especially if we're talking about are more elderly grandparents and they can't do stairs as much, then you're definitely going to be able to check that box here with this floor plan. And I like how on the top floor, on the second floor, you have the rest of the bedrooms and you have a game room. So there's going to be almost like a second living space for the kids to play. Here is a oversized storage, and it actually wraps around a little bit. I love when they do this. So you have a lot of storage underneath the stairs. And then we're about to go upstairs here in a second. Now, let me remind you, there's only 65 opportunities left. And I know that might seem like a lot to you, but if we're really being honing in on your criteria, you might want the home to face a particular direction, or you might want to have a specific floor plan that's a 1-story. And that's when 65 can dwindle down to like maybe 10 opportunities that fit your criteria. So it's really advantageous for you to look at some, especially if you're looking at Leander, if you're looking at being in the school district of Leander and being in a community where this community is located next to a really awesome park and a lot of the conveniences that you would expect as far as a grocery store, fine dining, you can find that all here in Leander. Now, one big plus is a tax rate. Well, I take that back. The 2.02 tax rate is not the worst I've seen. It's definitely not under 2%. That's what I really want to see. I want to see 1.8, 1.7, but 2.02 for Leander is not too bad. It's not too bad. $39 a month for HOA makes up a little bit for that. There is no amenity pool or center for this community. I know that's going to be a drawback for people because they want that in a new build. But you're going to have these little pocket parks. You're going to have these paved trails that take you to the park that's within walking distance from this community. I think that's going to make up for that fact. And notice how in this bedroom upstairs, this one came with its own private bath. So upstairs, we have two baths. Even though if you look at the floor plan online, you're only going to see just one bath. But the builder decided to add that second additional bathroom that is an upgrade for the second floor. So we're looking at 3 bedrooms and 2 baths on the second floor. So that's very, very functional. I think I would love that because I know having the right bed to bathroom ratio is a big deal. So I'm glad that they did that for this option. I'm pretty sure that's a big reason why this sold as it did, because it checked a lot of boxes for buyers, especially when it comes to a 2-story. Devine Lake Park, that's the name of the park that's right next door. And at the end of this video, I did a drone shot so you can see exactly what that looks like and exactly how close it is proximity-wise to this community. Super close. Again, I toured a 1-story as well in this exact same community, so I'll link that in the description so you can see the difference between a 2-story and a 1-story for Hawks Landing for Brightland Homes. Here's the second bathroom upstairs that ideally like the 2 bedrooms would share. The only thing I wish they could have done, which is an upgrade, is add that additional sink. It's only 1 sink in here, but to add additional dual sinks, it would cost a little bit more. That's the only thing I wish they did. But everything else, check the box. Notice that the back patio has a gas line for grilling, and this home does come with solar panels. That used to be came standard with the homes during this phase, but from what I've been told from the salesperson, they're no longer doing that. So both homes that I toured, you could see the solar panels, which we'll see here in a second. Or we kind of saw that at the beginning of the video, I should say, when I did the drone shot from the front and back. You kind of see it here. That came standard with this community. And notice there's all 4 sides of this home has masonry, so it's all brick. So it's definitely a little bit higher value because of the elevation of because it's all masonry, all brick on the outside. So here is Devine Lake Park. Now you can see in the back there's something going on with the water, but typically that is full so that people can go fishing and you can go paddleboarding, although I wouldn't recommend eating the fish because of how the water gets there, but still a body of water that is pretty to see when it's full. And you can see just how much trees are surrounding this community. That paved trail, it connects to this community, so you can definitely walk your dog or ride your bike from this community and get to that park easily. Now you can see there's only a handful of premium lots left There's only a handful of lots left in general before this community is completely sold out. But you could see when you're driving past the earlier phases, you could see just like how pretty the curb appeal is, how like the value of the home in this neighborhood, I think will definitely do well with time if you drive around the earlier phases because of just how well maintained the house has been. And again, the only drawback that I see is that it doesn't have a huge amenity center, but it does have those little pocket parks. I don't know if you saw that on the top right, left hand side there. Let me rewind back a quick second. So can you kind of see back there? There's a little pocket park, and again, that paved trail takes you to the actual park, Devine Lake Park. So there are pros and cons. Brightland Homes is offering some pretty amazing incentives in the form of flex cash that you could use to help buy down the interest rate, help pay for some closing costs, or if you don't need help in either category, you can use all that for the home upgrades. So look at the solar panels there. Again, that came standard in the earlier phases of this community. They no longer do that. But in this community, they have all four sides masonry. So it's either stone or some type of brickwork, which is it's going to add value to the home. Not all builders have. Usually, you're going to see it on just the front facing side. Sometimes you see it on just three sides. But this floor plan for this community has it on all four sides, which is nice. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second so I can share my screen, and let's take a look at the floor. This was the floor plan that we were looking at. So notice how this is the first floor here on the left side. We saw the owner suite, which is towards the back, so that's great for privacy and noise. And then in the front, we saw the additional bedroom, so that's perfect for guests. I love how they split that up, almost when you have one side the owner suite and the opposite side the guest bedroom, so you have that separation for noise and privacy. And then we saw the rest of the the great room with the wall of windows, and here in the second floor we saw the game room and the additional bedrooms, although in the floor plan here it's only showing one bathroom, but it was an upgrade that they added, which we saw in the video. So let me show you something really quick, because this community is selling now. Everything with this red C stands for it's closed, and they've been selling. Look at the close date here. They sold 5 houses in the month of July, and then in June they sold 4, and then in May they sold 2. So they've been consistently selling every month. Now here, this is telling me how much the builder is giving back the buyers. $20,000, $30,000. This one got back $34,000. Now this is a case-by-case basis on what your circumstances are and how well you can negotiate the terms of the contract. Now, a big part of negotiating the terms is understanding what's happening in the marketplace in that specific community, and that's why hiring a local real estate agent who looks at this kind of stuff, like me, can really negotiate on your behalf and get the best terms. Now, the whole point of me showing you this is to show that they've been consistently selling over the past couple months. And notice the price drops. Look at the list price to the closed price per square foot. You'll notice a trend that what it's being listed as isn't necessarily what's being closed at. So there is a little bit of wiggle room when it comes to the final price. So what am I saying? I'm saying for the last couple months, I would say since the beginning of this year, home prices have been home values. I've been seeing a lot of price drops across all of Williamson County, and in this community, there are some price drops that we can identify depending on the floor plan and depending on how long. If it's a spec home and it's been sitting for a while, that's when we can usually negotiate a little bit better. But if you're building a brand new home from the ground up, we can still get some nice incentives, but the negotiating table is just a little bit different. But we could talk a little bit more about that during our consultation. So another good thing that I really liked about this community, let me show you where it's at on the map here. Let's see, we're looking for Hawks Landing. Okay. So here's Hawks Landing. Here's Devine Lake Park that I was just showing you. See, this is kind of like a dam, so it's a lot of runoff here. So even though there are fish, but I would definitely recommend not eating it. But it is still fun to have as a pastime and to have it that kind of close proximity to where you live. So Here you'll be right off Hero Way, and Hero Way will definitely take you to the toll 183, and 183 will take you to where you need to go if you need to go down south for work, right? If you need to go down south to go downtown, or if you need to go to, if you work in the tech sector, which is a lot of people do in Austin, then 183 will definitely get you there. I mean, just take a look. One way that I work that I really want to say on how I do business is I first want you to fall in love with the community. No, I first want you to fall in love with the floor plan, then fall in love with the community, and then we'll figure out the incentives, right? Because as you can see, all these orange icons, these are all builders in the area building brand new homes. So there's a lot of competition surrounding Brightland Homes here in Hawks Landing, right? And so there's enough competition here that way I know I can negotiate great terms, great incentives for you. So that's where I come in. But where you come in is I really want you to fall in love with the floor plan, fall in love with the community. Let's check as many boxes as we can, and then I know we can figure out the numbers and with the flexible cash, use those incentives to help make the numbers make sense, so we can get you in your comfort zone when it comes to your monthly payment. Because remember, in the state of Texas, home insurance has been going up, and I'll definitely an additional thing I've been doing for my clients is getting a quote of how much roughly the home insurance will cost, so that way we can see what I can negotiate that for you, right? Because again, I don't want you to be set on a number and then have the home insurance be like an additional couple $100 a month, and now we put you a little bit out of your comfort zone, right? So that's why we do it a little bit sooner rather than later, especially because since last year to this year, home insurance has gone up across the whole state of Texas, and that way we can get you into a nice comfort level for you when it comes to your home mortgage. So what should you do next if you like to tour a home here in Hawks Landing, or just tour some of the other new builders here in Williamson County? Let's set up a time to chat, right? I have all my information linked in the description when it comes to, so we can do a discovery call. Usually virtually, doing a Zoom call is going to be the fastest and most convenient way for us to do get some face-to-face time. But if you're local to Austin, I would love to meet up in person. That's ideally better. I love in-person meetings. And that way we can get to know each other a little bit better. We can go over your buyer criteria. We can see what your timeline looks like. And we can see maybe if you're running into a couple of hurdles or some barriers, let's figure it out together, right? I don't work alone. I work with a ton of smart people in mortgage lending and credit repair. So though I feel like they are, since they're boots on the ground, they work and see this every day, they're just going to have more up-to-date information than what you can Google online, right? So again, the people I surround myself with are problem solvers, and they never see anything as a dire situation, because there's always going to be a workaround, right? We just have to be creative about it, and you have to have the right attitude and mindset to get that done. And I know the people I surround myself with, that's exactly the kind of mindset that they have. So again, this was a Dartmouth floor plan. This is Brightland Homes over here in Hawks Landing in Leander, Texas. A big draw to Leander, Texas is the highly rated schools. That's why I think there's a huge demand for Leander. And if, let's just say you're a home buyer and you're looking at maybe not in the next 30, 60 days, but maybe 90 days plus, I still want to get to, we could still talk. I love when we have time on our side, because then we can really go over a game plan and see exactly what's maybe preventing you from getting there a little bit sooner. Or maybe you're waiting for for these right. You have a couple more things you have to do, like maybe get your credit better so you can get better terms. But that's when I would advise, hey, let's talk to my credit repair guy and see what we can do to get you there a little bit quicker, right? So still reach out to me. I'll have all of my information in the description. And let's see, any last thoughts? I think that was the biggest one. Definitely check out the rest of my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all things new construction. I put out videos weekly. I do all of my editing, and I do all of my own recording. So that's why I'm able to kind of push these videos out very quickly, because I do everything in-house. And a lot of times, especially with these incentives, they're very, very time sensitive. And if I'm dropping a video and there's a great incentive that I really want to, let everybody know, and you're not subscribed and don't have that notification bell turned on, then you're going to miss out. So subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Again, my name is Omar Pineda. I'm your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.